So yeah, similar subject to what we were talking about is there's a video from Morphologists titled Star Citizen's Ambition versus Reality. And curious what he has to say, because I don't even know if it's ambition anymore. I think it's just I don't know the word to describe it, but it's just like pie in the sky, just out there. What if, I feel like they just sit in meetings. What if we did this? And then they do that all the time. And then there's so many what ifs that they're not even able to do the most basic, enjoyable experiences in games. So yeah, it's almost cocky to some extent. Like, we know better, but then the product shows that maybe you don't, right? So, all right, let's see what he has to say, because I know nothing about this video, haven't watched it or anything like that.
With Star Citizen news being a bit slow this time of year, I thought it'd be a great time to give you guys an honest look at the current state of gameplay as of 4.83, which saw the
Careful, Morph, you might get your invite rescinded.
return of Xenothreat, facing off against their fleets with a capital ship.
I'm actually curious, like, how real he's gonna be here, right? Because again, I'm not harping on this. I literally do not care, but I also am at the same time very curious to see how the people who are invited act over the next year. Will they say anything even remotely controversial? And what CIG needs to hear is brutal honesty and sometimes controversial things, because their game's just not in a place where it needs to be. And I think to some extent it's like wake-up call time. Like, hello, let's get the basics right. You don't have any of the basics right. It's embarrassing.
Polaris with a full group of people, thanks to the Armco community, and a flotilla of my other favorite ship, the Perseus. We face off against an Idris, blow its doors open and attempt to board it, and blow up a bunch of hammerheads with that flotilla. But things don't go as smoothly as I might have hoped, or probably you might have guessed by the state of Star Citizen if you've been following or even playing as of late. Luckily, powering through it will give you guys some pretty cool rewards, a bunch of blueprints for some pretty exclusive and rare items that are most definitely worth your time. The first mission has us going up against the Idris.
Hold on. Is this actually worth your time? I don't know if I agree. Like, every min-maxer will say yes, because they're a min-maxer and that's what they do. I want the best possible thing. But is it worth the effort to get maximum shield strength on a shield? I don't know if I don't think it does. Maybe in the highest level PvP, it might be the decider of a win or a loss. But your day-to-day, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, and especially not with the ballistics meta at the moment, right? So, listen, I want the best shield possible because I want the best shield possible. But shields in Star Citizen have become another one of those things where did we just do too much? I have been preaching this for the last year and a half, 2 years. Like, just keep things simple and then add layers on top of that simple. But they start overcomplicated and then they end up trying to fight that complication and make it work, and then it doesn't work. Right. And it's, I think the ballistics, just be like, hey, ballistics can't go through shields. Ballistics hurt armor, or the opposite, whatever you want to do. And I have to take the shields down, and then the shields go down for a little while, and then I have to take the armor down, and then I take the hull. And it's like, but we just don't do that for some reason. It's a very, that's a very simple, I understand. Everybody gets it. I wonder why they don't do that. I always try to lean on the side of hey, I just don't understand. But then, like, you just play every other video game that you've ever played, and it's like, well, but that's how it works, and it's simple, and everybody understands, and we've loved gaming forever that use those systems, and we're giving this guy $1 billion to do something other than those systems that we know and love from our gaming experiences our entire lives. And it's like, when is somebody going to go, this guy sucks, maybe, instead of putting him up on a pedestal saying he's better than everyone else? And it's like, maybe he's not. Maybe he doesn't suck. I mean, I don't think he does. Like, Wing Commander, Privateer, like all those games growing up, which were much more simple, were my childhood. They were amazing. But like, what if he just doesn't got it right? You know?
The first mission has us going up against the Idris, which we use the Polaris to fight against, throwing its massive torpedoes at a distance while we close with it and then use the guns to disable it and hopefully try to board it. For this part of the mission, I'm operating the torpedoes, but later I lead the team to board the Idris.
Do I say what I want to say here? I love Morph, so I don't want to. But I'm going to anyway, because I said I'm just going to be honest from now on, and I just don't care. I know what Morph is trying to do here. Morph's a content creator from start to finish. And Morph struggles sometimes with the ups and downs of content creation in the Star Citizen space. I'm not going to mention anything that's been said in personal chats. All you have to do is look at his Twitter, and especially the Twitter post that was deleted right after he got invited to the event. He was done, right? He was not happy with being a Star Citizen content creator. It's frustrating. And the videos that have done the best in the recent year would be from Detox, I would say, right? As far as views go. And they're that, like, telling a story. I took out the biggest ship in Star Citizen, and it's like that like sort of exaggerated storytelling about a game where you're telling it and you're framing it in a way that makes it like an enjoyable beginning, middle, end kind of story, and it's fun to watch and all that stuff. But it's not necessarily the reality of the day-to-day of everybody who's playing, right? I love that kind of content. That's some of my favorite. I don't watch that for Star Citizen. I can't. I'm sorry, Detox. I can't remember the last time I watched one of your videos. Not because they're not good. It's because I just can't watch it for Star Citizen because I kind of know what's behind it, right? But for other games where I'm ignorant to how bad the game might be, I can watch like Rust videos or Daisy story videos all day. I just can't do it for Star Citizen. And I think that's what Morph is trying to do here, where he's like, these giant torpedoes and like, and I'm just sitting here going, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like, this is such bullshit, basically. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just listening to like, yeah, are the torpedoes giant? Yeah, they're big, but like everybody knows the torpedoes don't fucking hit anything. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? And I know that's like probably the point of the video is he's going to get to that. But I think he's also trying to do that a little bit more because that's the direction that Star Citizen content creation is going. And those are the channels that are the most successful right now. And those are the ones that are having success. So maybe he's like trying to make a little shift to that. And I want to make sure that that's not him being fake because he got invited to the event. I think that's him trying to improve on his video content and make better videos, basically. And that's fine. But like, I struggle with those because I know the story is not real. You know what I mean? And for Star Citizen, I can't suspend the disbelief.
I have a lock.
Target 1 hostile Idris with railgun. 22%.
Go ahead and launch it.
I know. The other thing is the RP stuff. Like, I know his org's like RP, but like I can't.
Do more.
Torpedo
Do multiple.
out.
We got one guy in my org who does it too, and I die laughing every time. I find it to be so funny.
Oh.
Multiple.
Did it just go sideways?
It did, yeah. It just flew sideways.
Did I not call it? The missile just completely did not fucking hit the ship.
Where's it going? Hold
The
on.
torpedo knows where it is because it knows where it is.
There you
Locked.
go. I hear
Oh,
it.
I heard it.
There we go. I got
Well-
60.5 for good boys. Come on, baby.
Hold on, I have to read this because it starts out so stupid. Blaze, you know I love you, but this is kind of bullshit, I think. Morph has always been a biased content creator who designs this content when it needs to achieve for him. I don't think he's ever been biased. Like, I think he speaks from his emotions, and I think he speaks from his emotions more than most of the creators in the space. I don't consider him biased. I think, but he has a bias towards content creation over loving Star Citizen first. Yeah, I think
we took an hour, a fucking hour of our night to set this up.
for example, right? Just showing his frustrations was we took an hour thing, right? And he got so much shit for that. And I think what Isadonis is saying is you're taking this way too seriously. It's a style, and he obviously is free to do things as he wants to. Like, again, he came out of, like, I'm an architect. Wow, the ships in Star Citizen are fucking cool, which they are. And I'm going to make architect videos around these. And he had so much fun doing it. Where's the bias there? Outside of, like, I like making videos, and these videos do well. You know what I mean? Was the music in the background with that soundbite? No, I think it was pulled from another video, like Greasy's video or something like that. But yeah, I the word bias is the one that I'm struggling with there, because I think I don't think he's ever been biased. I think he's always he always gets to the point where he speaks from his heart about how he feels, and not lying for. Like, it's very obvious when people are biased in Star Citizen. They lie about the state of the game and reality because of whatever bias they have. They spent too much money. They have fun with their friends, and they don't understand why I may not have fun. Things like that, right? And Morph has been called a shill, and Morph has been called like a refundian kind. And when you get called both, you're usually not biased.
Firing a second one when ready.
Impact in 2.
Impact.
Oh.
No,
Oh, so it did hit.
There was no explosion, but look how red it is.
I saw that, yeah. All of its modules and shit.
Yeah,
are
I'm
red.
just like, it's so like.
Oh, shield's back up on it.
Armed.
Aw.
Going in.
I think realistically, maybe like 2 Polara would have been.
I rather annoyingly can't get a target status, but I'm the captain.
Oh,
Hit.
oh wow.
Ooh.
It takes a moment to arm it.
Yes.
Yeah, they are teleporting.
Nope, killed one of them.
Torpedo gun destroyed.
Come on, hit. Hit.
Bonk.
Nice.
Hit.
But did it even do anything?
It just has enough health pool that didn't change color, but it still hit.
They really tumble out of the tube.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
at least they hit and they have better tracking. I'll take that. It's, consolation.
Requesting status of the hangar bay.
I say that as one flies off.
With a Mark II.
Firing again.
No, hangar bay is occupied.
Also,
I mean, guys, I called this event like absolutely horrendous to play because all it was left clicking. And like, if the only way to make it interesting is to like speak in military speak and pretend like, you know, using a torpedo was like this cool experience, is something I struggle with this game. Like, I don't say what you want about like World of Warships. I'm sure it has tons of problems, right? I'm just using this as an example. Those games and like other just generally video games are designed around like, all right, a ship that has torpedoes, you know, is effective against this thing over here, but it's not effective against this thing. And like more rock, paper, scissors mechanics. Like, you just come there with a Polaris and Perseus and you just hold left click and you win, right? Like, that's it. And there's no nuance to this. So if Morph doesn't address that in the video, I would be quite disappointed. Because if we just address the ships are teleporting, that's way less of a problem and way more solvable than, like, none of this makes any sense. It's unfun. And if his boys are all getting together and they're having a good time, because it does sound like they are, right? Like they're having a good time talking to each other, watching the shit explode. Good for you. I'm not shitting on that. But like, if we look at this and compare it to other video game experiences at the most basic level, everyone in this event is just holding or clicking left click and doing nothing else, right? It's that's like fundamentally problematic. Instead of you know, hey, Star Citizen's really cool, but it's a little buggy, is what I feel like this video is going to end up being.
Probably not the best thing in the middle of combat. So
Come
It's
on,
like-
hit.
Star Citizen's visually cool, but it's fundamentally unfun, from the ground up, and like not well balanced on the ship side at all.
Hit.
Chill up, just join the fight.
Give me a good hit. Hit.
Like, again, this ship is not fighting back. Are we going to address the giant ship that you're fighting against not fighting back? Like, I know obviously the turrets have been taken out and stuff, which is a thing that was done. Like, the same thing happened to us. Like, our small ships would go in and take out the turrets. But yeah, like, nobody died. Nobody took any damage. Like, his ship is blue. His shields are up.
There we go.
Nice.
Instancing will fix this. Instancing might help this. But instancing won't help the fact that, you know, the Idris versus X versus, you know, there's fundamentally flight model, chip balancing, and things about this is sort of problematic.
Its armor is stripped.
We fired some more torpedoes at it, but at this point I thought it'd be faster maybe if we boarded it and got rid of the pilot.
No, let's let it drift out.
Doors are open?
to-
Oh, front door's open.
All right. If you guys want to hop into that Aurora,
Yep,
They're going to take an Aurora in there? That's
I can
kind of
fly.
funny.
I've got sticks.
both front doors are open.
Guys, Morph's got sticks. Don't worry. He's got sticks. He could fly.
Okay.
All right, all aboard the Aurora.
I am only
for
mouse and
those
keyboard,
on the
so I
boarding
can't
party.
fly.
For those who dare.
And then
Yeah, I
we'll
would
go
drop
pick
it,
up.
but all of my distance is increased.
Okay, we're on and
Waiting for
Window
doors to
Aurora.
open.
Very bad.
Looks like my left stick is no longer working.
He doesn't have sticks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, confirm
Doors now.
there's one.
Thank you. All right, boarding.
200 meters.
I'm aware, Finn.
Phase through it.
Walk you can do it.
Phase through it again. At this point, a bunch of people got thrown out of the ship through the walls. I didn't notice right away, but they mentioned this shortly after.
Yeah, I would not attempt it again.
Morph's gonna attempt it again and die.
I'm in
Here we go.
space.
You can hang up.
He's not, does he not notice his red cockpit? You do this again, you're dead.
Oh.
I got on board and exploded.
Yeah.
Oh, Star Citizen. So yeah, isn't that a classic Star Citizen moment? And I think it really sums up the current state very well. The game has great ideas, great opportunity.
Great. What? Why are you? What word? What does that mean? What word did he just say? What word was that?
The current state very well. The game has great ideas.
Ideas? Or does he mean ideas? What is ideas? Do you think it's ideas? But because he sometimes uses like big words.
Great opportunities and possibilities, but thanks to the current state of the game with all of its bugs and issues, and particularly desync with this most recent patch, it's very hard to actually do many of the things you'd like to, like boarding an Idris, which just results in you desyncing through the ship and exploding, killing everyone on board. Reset, and 20 minutes later, I'm back and the ship's already gone. But I was determined to keep going, so we grabbed some Persei and decided to go do some smaller missions. Extra.
And again, yeah, you're just left clicking, desyncing ships.
Dropping out.
And especially in the Perseus, because
All right,
it's
we're gonna
mostly
find the
gun
biggest
focused.
target. I see a Valkyrie dead ahead. Whoa!
Demia, okay.
Hello.
Drop out, Demia. You're
That
a little
was
fast on that one.
close.
I saw that from the perfect view. I was like, damn, okay. Flyby it is.
I would like to point out this is not Tokyo. You do not need to drift.
All right, gonna line up on right side. Right side.
Note, I'm aligning targets on the left or right in order to give both the top and bottom turret batteries a clear firing solution, okay?
I doesn't think to look in drift.
Oh, Morph's piloting.
What's that?
I feel like if you keep them in front, they both have a firing solution, no?
As long as
Noted. Everyone take the notes.
Enemy down.
Write that
Well
down,
done.
chat.
Next target, another Valkyrie, Brad Fu. Well,
Yeah,
one-
he has sticks.
He has up on the left
He's got
side.
sticks. Don't worry. His left stick is on now.
Brad Fool.
They're not shooting back. No, nothing shoots back in this event. I mean, that's the
Two
That's kind of the
Persei,
problem here.
focusing in on it. Didn't stand a
Brad
chance.
Foo, more like
actually,
Perseus food.
All right, let's go into that Gladius left side.
naval warfare right now is rolling the ship. I mean, again, if you don't have water, it's hard to have naval warfare when like you have these extra elements added on, right? So I don't just again, fundamentally, the cat and mouse or the rock paper scissors in Star Citizen is non-existent and may never exist. I don't know if that's even a direction they want to go, which I don't think it is, but I think a lot of people feel like it would be better if they did. But yeah,
Down.
again, you just bring out these big ships and
my bad.
you take no damage and
Okay, you're good. You're good.
kill everything.
Vanguard.
I just want to make sure you had something.
That Vanguard's about to be toast. We'll go after
Right, like these big batteries are not meant to be shooting Gladius.
It's already dead.
Which Vanguard?
Gladius. All right, dead ahead.
That was like so
Demolished.
dead.
Demolished. All right,
Get wrecked, little man.
one more Vanguard is running away, I think, because he's rightfully
he's
scared.
I just have no words.
This is the inevitable.
Murder.
Set off some more fireworks for the viewers. There you go. Yeah, great fireworks.
There you go.
Excellent.
Fireworks. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Wave in 5 seconds. I love the Perseus. It's just the perfect size. You know.
Targets coming in. We're
Flying
gonna
about, maneuvering.
Vanguard on the outer edge on the farthest right side. I'm gonna put you on the left side, guys. Left side.
Hydrogen
Ooh,
bomb.
nice shot there, yeah.
Dude.
I want to reiterate that like Star Citizen is in like this moment that we're seeing here. The cockpit view is amazing. The explosions are amazing. The ships are cool, right? It's fine that like left clicking is part of it, right? What it lacks is like nuance here. A little bit, just a little bit of like put yourself in a situation where this was a PvP scenario instead. And I'm like, can the Perseus lose? Yes, of course it can. Or put us in a situation where like the NPCs do fight back. Everyone's still going to sit in the biggest guns and shoot at the smallest ships. And there's no like, especially in a Perseus, right? Because a Perseus, you could switch the guns to the smaller weapons and, you know, go after the smaller ships and track better and things like that, which is kind of a cool thing about the Perseus. But where's the thinking? Where's the skill, I guess? Like the thing that Star Citizen's supposed to bring is like skill to the game a little bit. Where's the skill when you get to ships like these is something that I think Star Citizen has struggled with. And they've mostly become this like just hold left click and die. You either die or you win, and left clicking is like most of the experience. And then is there a need to have other fighters defending? Like they have not really gotten there yet. And well, I think it was 2 years ago now, around November, where they did the IAE show 2 years ago, where they talked about capital ship gameplay and how it was going to have, you know, the basically like stages of taking ships out and stuff. And they just did not achieve that well at all. Yeah, it's just kind of awkward and weird. If NPCs could board, that would be cool. Oh my God. I mean, dude, yes, that would be cool. But I feel like just before we get to something that's like probably impossible in Star Citizen or would have to be very faked, like they fire a missile at you but that missile is actually a boarding pod, and that boarding pod, you know, always connects to the same place on the ship, and then, you know, it spawns NPCs in your ship or something. Sure, that would be amazing, but they would have to band-aid it in somehow. The flight and combat experience is so Squadron 42 focused that when I'm watching this, I feel like all I'm seeing is Wing Commander. And Wing Commander is like, the missions are meant to be progressed through kind of fairly easily, and then you get to the next cutscene. So
Destroyed.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe. I'm trying to put it into words. I don't know how to describe it, but it's lacking nuance. Like so much. It doesn't need a lot of nuance. But it has like literally zero.
Cutlass Black, left side.
Everybody just gets in the biggest battery possible, and right now with ballistics or lasers, depending on the meta, and everybody uses the same thing, and that's it. There's no tit for tat. There's no, you know, rock, paper, scissors. There's no, well, oh shit, I brought up Polaris, but they brought this, so we should leave because we're gonna die. You know, like there's just kind of none of that.
Well,
A Cutlass dead. All right, Vanguard.
Out in front.
Remember when the Cuddy Steel like got added as that hostile ship, and it was just like the tankiest thing?
No more.
I
We keep
love
looking
that.
for these
Cutlass
targets.
Black,
Something
left
we
side
need.
again. Very close. There you go. Whoa,
Ooh,
desync.
Whirly little one. Come here.
Holy shit.
Well, yeah, they can't leave because we have the mantis somebody mentioned in the chat, and like that's one where there is actually some nuance, but it's only one level, and there's not. It just kind of stops there because it's very difficult to kill the mantis because it moves so
We're
fast.
all focusing on it.
Whoa, this Valkyrie is
All right.
moving so fast.
Stubborn decided to outboard.
All right, Valkyrie. Sorry. Yep, Valkyrie. Whoa.
Like I know Morph was like, whoa, because it like got out of control or whatever, but like it getting on your back, like whoa, doesn't mean that you're gonna die or anything.
No, they're blinking me so
It's just you're gonna kill it slower.
emotionally.
Right? And
Oh, that
the reason that maybe this is what it is. The reason that I enjoy Daisy, Rust, and any other kind of game, movie, cinema type YouTube videos is because there's risk and reward. There is no risk. They took 2 ships out that they will never have an ounce of risk, and you know they're doing the right thing for all the members. It is like, hey, let's get this reward track done as quickly as possible before the missions eventually bug, because that's the Star Citizen experience. But we are now 90% through the video, and there has been very little discussion about ambition versus reality.
Ford, do you have a meteor?
I have seen Oil Rats Rust content, yeah. I mostly watch Wildrum, though. I like Wildrum's storytelling.
Right. You know what's weird?
please.
There's Xenothread, so why
Exactly.
is
Does
that
he-
alien technology?
And bring you up on the left side.
Dead ahead.
Come on.
Like, here's another bit of just like missing out here is you have a hammerhead with all of its fighter wings. You do not have to kill any of the fighter wing. You just have to kill the hammerhead. So what does everybody do? They go immediately for the hammerhead. They ignore everything else because they have these massive, pay to win or just overpowered ships. And they completely ignore everything around them and just shoot at the hammerhead.
I'm probably just about to be out of drop off all my ill-gotten gains. I need my.
I was having a risk versus reward discussion on YouTube, and someone told me if you want risk, go skydiving. This is a game. Yeah, I mean, unreasonable people on the internet. That's crazy.
Into good.
Fire at will. Fire at will.
Okay, kill him. Which ship is Will on?
Guys, look at the amount of firepower that's coming back at the Perseus.
I have no range on that.
Bye.
Well, sorry, Britt.
What are you doing? It's not that.
That ship is getting hit over there
Well, it was-
by the fighters, but none of
So as
those
you can
fighters
see,
can
Star
damage
Citizen
them.
isn't in the perfect state, but despite all that, we still had a good deal of fun flying together in a bunch of these ships and blowing stuff up, making enemy ships the fireworks of our 4th of July. For those of us who are Americans, that is. And if you guys like this kind of unfiltered gameplay, let me know what more you would like to see down below. What other content in Star Citizen would you like me to show here on the channel? And if you want to be part of videos like this, you can join the Armco community link down below in the description, or alternatively, you can just tune in as I record these live on Twitch on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Hey, for now.
There you go. I mean, we did not discuss enough of the ambition versus the reality. Because the ambition is endless, but the reality is an extreme, like, again, the desync is the least of the problem in everything I just watched. I don't need to reiterate it anymore, and I'll just end it there. And more people need to be saying it. And that's it. Sorry, like Mike, but that's kind of low effort. What was low effort? It's not low effort to take your stream and turn it into a YouTube video and put voiceover over it and try to turn it into a story. That's not low effort at all. You go do it then, right? Is what I would say to that one. But the I just don't think it was. I think a lot of people in the community right now are missing the point of just how much of a problem we really have. But and they're really focused on a temporary issue, which is it comes and goes, and that's the ship desync. And not that like it was not fun to watch. Like the desync was part of the ships not fighting back, but even if the ships fought back, there was basically no chance of failure for this group. None. Right? Where I think other experiences in Star Citizen, Hathor, because it has that PvP element, that there's risk for failure. I maybe that's what I like about the Daisy and Rust videos is that every experience is unique, and that's where that depth and those layers come in. But I think Star Citizen needs, mechanics where you don't bring the same ships to every scenario and always win. Because I think it's fine to bring a Perseus to a scenario that makes sense for the Perseus, and you're successful because you brought a Perseus. But Perseus in almost every situation, Idris in almost every situation, Polaris in almost every situation is just kind of an I win button in PvE combat. And yeah, it's kind of weird. So, and I see engineering. I don't think engineering is the layer that needs to matter. I think it's the what ships versus what type of weapons one group, one NPC type uses versus what kind of shields they use, and then you bring the counter to them and they maybe have the counter to you, and there's no such thing as a counter in this game. You just win in PvE and lose in PvP to a bunch of sweats. Like that's the experience right now, and it's kind of unfun is how it feels. And I think we didn't touch anything on that, but you could see it in the video, right? All we saw was boom, 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 explode, boom, 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 explode, nothing firing back. If it did fire back, you knew it wasn't a threat anyway. And yeah, they've put this game in a weird place. Weird place right now.